Hello and welcome into tonight's JV matchup between the Oshkosh North Spartans at the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts here in Kaukauna on Zaleski Sports. My name is Gunnar Sippert and I'll be leading you through tonight's action as we're just about ready for the starting lineups here for these two great boys programs. Later on tonight, the varsity matchup will feature the number 3 ranked team in D1, that is Kaukauna, hosting the number 4 ranked team in Division 1, the Oshkosh North Spartans. That should be a great matchup later on tonight between two programs who have very high hopes for this season as they begin the season in the top 10 in D1 and, of course, are going to battle it out for the Fox Valley Association Championship. North breaks the huddle first, and their starters heading to the floor now. Number 23, Jamari Scott. Number 24, Tylen Lister. Number 11, Dalton Clark. Number 3, Devin Garland. And lastly, number 0, Owen Weber. Weber, Garland, Scott, and Lister. And for that matter, for Clark as well. All 5 of these starters are also listed on tonight's varsity roster, so they'll be on the bench for that game and perhaps filling in. And Kaukauna breaks their huddle. The starters for them, number 0, Kavanaugh Weinberg, a sophomore. 24, Quentin Gustman. He was just playing in the freshman game. He starts here for the JV game as well. Number 1, Tayden Immel will be taking the tip against Weber. I'll get the rest of the starters for Kaukauna to you as we get settled in here. Number 11, Dalton Clark, he'll drive and kick it out to Scott. Scott with a floater to the left hand, goes in and out, and the board for Immel. Immel gives it up to Weinberg at the point here, gets a screen set by Otradovic, that's number 33, and a double forces a turnover for North, but we're going to call a travel as number 3, Devin Garland, a junior for North, picked the ball up off the floor on that loose ball turnover there, but they turn it over right back, and Kaukauna will try to get more acclimated into their half-court offense here. Weinberg guarded by Lister. Now a double, Lister and Garland on him. They swing it around. Number 11. Thiel throws it over, and eventually it's regained by Weinberg. Weinberg again guarded by Lister. Screen set by Otradovic. He rolls. Weinberg elects instead to give it to number 11, Sawyer Thiel in the corner. The three-pointer blocked out of bounds. Trying for the recovery there was Jamari Scott, but he was not able to recover it for North. Kaukauna will have an inbounds underneath the basket here. The point guard, Weinberg, gives it quickly to Otradovic in the corner. Otradovic, just a freshman on this Kaukauna team. Weinberg gets it back. And North in a zone defense here with 2 pressuring up top. The three-pointer from Tayden Immel, no good, and the board goes to North. Here's Scott on the break. They slow it down. Clark drives in. Scoop layup there, no good. The board for Garland. The putback attempt, no good. Out of bounds off of North as Clark was attempting to grab another offensive rebound there. We remain knotted at 0-0 here in tonight's JV debut for both of these teams. No official records for either squad, just like the varsity team. Again, Immel for 3. This time he makes it and puts the home team up by 3. Bringing the ball up the floor, the 5'11", Tylen Lister. He gives it up to Weber. Scott, left side of the key, back to Lister for 3, trying to tie it up, no good, and the board goes to Immel. Weinberg looks ahead, pushes, and receives the ball back. A screen from Otradovic, and Weinberg calls it off for a second before spinning into the lane, gives to Gustman. Gustman's shot will not count as that is a charge on Kaukauna. The inbounder here for the Spartans, the sophomore Owen Weber. Gives it up to the sophomore Tylen Lister. Tylen serving as the point guard here tonight. A 5-out offense here. Weber cuts through the lane, receives the pass. Right key, Scott into the corner. Back up top for Garland. Garland swinging to Weber. Into the lane. He's looking to kick it out. Decides to go for the shot himself, and a nice roll there for him as he fades away. 3-2, Kaukauna here 2.5 minutes into this JV debut for both teams. Gustman with the pass into Otradovic. He kicks it out. Immel, again, another attempt from 3. That one no good. He's 1 for 3 on the night from downtown, and North gets the board, looking to take their first lead of the game. Weber gives it up for Scott for 3. Scott's 3 is no good. And a board, offensive board there for Dalton Clark, and a non-shooting foul will give the Spartans a chance to inbound here. Lister, the point guard, will take it underneath the basket, so both teams allowing their point guards to take the inbounds passes. He gives it into Clark. Clark kicks. And back into the left corner for Weber. Lister receives it from Scott. Lister decides to drive, triple teamed there, tries to pass it up for Garland, but the pass goes out of bounds. So turnover by North there on that possession, and they're not able to get a shot after the inbounds play. Kaukauna with a 1-point lead, 3-2. Gustman, the freshman. And receiving in the corner over there is Immel. Immel to Weinberg, the point guard, drives with his left. A stalling shot in the air there, no good, and the board for North. Lister drives into the lane. Nice pass into Garland, but they decide to kick it out as he didn't have a shot. Lister drives, but Weber's clogging that area of the floor. Decides to kick it back up to the top of the court. Driving right is Clark, picks up his dribble, and now Scott on the right wing. Lister setting up down on the block, but they swing it the other way to Weber, and he banks in the 3. North takes their first lead of the night. It is 5-3 for the JV Spartans. Gustman drives baseline. He swings it all the way over to Immel. He's stopped as he tries to go baseline, and they swing it back over to Weinberg, the point guard, for 3, no good. And a defensive rebound for Garland, but it's poked away by Tayden Immel, and he forces that turnover and a jump ball. It will remain with Kaukauna on the possession arrow. 2 subs here for Kaukauna. Number 10, Josh Carl, who was also just playing in the freshman game. And number 15, I apologize, I don't have a 15 on my sheet. Tayden Immel for 3 again, no good. The board for Clark, and a non-shooting foul over the back there against Kaukauna. I'll do my best to listen for number 15's name as we keep going here. Perhaps they just had the wrong number listed on the program. Lister bringing it down. Same 5, or pardon me, not the same 5 for North. Jamari Scott receives it, number 23. He gets a screen set from by Clark. Clark rolls. Instead, Scott shoots. Left-handed 3, no good. And out of bounds we go. The sub for North, number 30, Fred Ware, into the game. A 6-foot junior. Bringing it down the floor now. Number 10, Carl. Gives it up to number 11, Sawyer Thiel. They swing it around. And the 3-pointer from Immel is nowhere close. Driving left-handed in the lane. Nice aggressive drive there from Lister. He draws the non-shooting foul. 3 fouls for Kaukauna, 0 for Oshkosh North. That is the 4th foul for Kaukauna. Sub in, it's Otradovic back into the game for Gustman. A swap of 2 freshmen there. Underneath the basket, it's Lister. Screen being set for Scott. Instead, they give it into Weber. Weber, the turnaround shot, no good, and the board for Kaukauna. Pushing it the other way is Thiel. He crosses over on Scott. Weber was there with the help defense, but we're going to have a foul before that. Couple of subs coming in here. Number 20 for Oshkosh North, Von Trell Section. As well as Weinberg back in for Kaukauna. Number 15, Nolan Lotzer. Was missing from the program, but I was helped out just now. Immel again for 3 from the right wing. No good. That's been a common shot choice for this Kaukauna offense is the Immel 3 so far. We'll see if they try to work it inside more as, just as I say that, they get it into Otradovic, but he is not able to get it above the bottom of the rim. Lister loses the handle the other way. And again, it's Kaukauna possession. Weinberg sets up. Otradovic screens. They double, give it to Otradovic. He absorbs the contact from Clark and gets it to go as we're tied at 5. 6 minutes in here to the 16-minute half in this JV game. Fred Ware gets his first touch at the top of the key, gives it up to Lister. Lister goes left, gives it to Ware. Ware gets some more spacing between him and Clark. Top of the key, Scott for 3, no good. Nice board by Clark. Second possession chance here. Second chance on the possession here, I should say. But it does go out of bounds before North can get another shot following that miss by Clark. Weinberg bringing it down as Garland checks back into the game. Number 3. Otradovic at the top of the key here. He swings it to number 10, Josh Carl. Back to Otradovic after a double. And a steal here by by Owen Weber. Pushing down the floor. And a very nice finishing touch there to take the lead back for the Spartans. Top of the key, Otradovic gives it back to Carl. They swing it around. Now it's Tayden Immel looking to give it inside to number 15, Lotzer on the post up there, but they reset. Driving with the left here, Weinberg. He's got nothing down there, it seems. A double, gives it up. Lotzer with the shot, and he ties it back up. Nice find there from Weinberg as he drew the double coverage. Ware at the top of the key. Swinging it to Clark. Clark takes one dribble to the left, pulls up from 3, no good, and the board goes to Weinberg as he was fighting with Garland down there. Weinberg pushing with the left, loses the handle, and Ware ends up with the steal. Coming back the other way, Oshkosh North, they'll slow it down. Clark swings to Weber. Weber for 3. Can't get it to go. The board eventually comes to Weinberg as there's a fortunate bounce towards him. Carl to Weinberg, and again, Otradovic with the screen here. Swings to Carl, a deep 3. Bounces off the back of the iron a couple times, but no good. In transition, here's Ware. Doesn't have the numbers. Now picks up his dribble and swings it over to Weber, but a timeout called. 30-second timeout here for North, and we'll step aside here on Zaleski Sports.
I think there are a lot of benefits to schooling our children from home. We get to spend a lot of time with them, and there are eureka moments like seeing them walk for the first time, or they figure something out and they're so excited about it.
The RVA really does work with each family to individualize each child's education to help them really succeed.
This is like the best thing in Wisconsin in terms of school.
For us, the RVA was our first and best choice of schools to choose.
We love the RVA!
And we're back here on Zaleski Sports for tonight's JV matchup. 7-7 our score between the hosting Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts and the visiting Oshkosh North Spartans. The first matchup of the season for these teams, as well as their respective varsity programs, coming up later here tonight on Zaleski Sports. North ball underneath their own basket, underneath the basket of Kaukauna, and an inbound play there from Lister to Garland. Garland able to get the shot off the window and in, and North takes a lead of 9-7. Bit of a full court press here just by Lister as he pressures Weinberg. Weinberg gives it to Otradovic. Back to Otradovic on the roll. Nice play there, but he can't finish. Gets his own board, keeps the possession alive. For three, that's Thiel. It's no good, and Lister with the rebound. Lister back the other way. His foot on the line. That'll be a 2 if it goes. It does not. Offensive board again for North. That's Garland. Couldn't get the hook shot to go, and Scott will take it out. Jamari Scott to Garland. Shot fake. Back to Scott. A little two-man game. Left-handed three is good for Jamari Scott. And the lead extends to 5 as North is now ahead 12-7. Otradovic gives it back to Carl. Carl kicks to Lotzer. Thiel back to Lotzer. Shot is deflected by Lister with a block there. It'll be off of him. And an inbounds play coming here for Kaukauna. Weinberg will be the inbounder underneath the North basket. The basket North is defending. He's watched by Lister. A line set up here for Kaukauna. They break the opposite ways for the first two guys, and eventually it'll be Immel that receives the pass. He swings to Lotzer, gets a defender to jump, drives, absorbs the contact. He'll head to the line as we have a foul on Clark. First free throw attempts of the game here. It'll be Nolan Lotzer. He has 2 of the 7 points for Kaukauna so far. Make that 3, or they're not going to count. Pardon me. I believe they waived that free throw off. They were going to have the subs come in beforehand. So it remains 12-7 and still have 2 shots to go here. Second free throw missed, and I believe the scoreboard's incorrect, but we'll see if that gets fixed or not. 12-7 is what it remains on the board right now as Lotzer goes 1 for 2 there. Down inside, nice play to find Scott by Clark. And eventually the ball kicks out of bounds off of a Kaukauna foot. So North will inbound underneath the basket here. Lister, left wing, receives the inbound from Ware. Lister gives it to Scott and back to Ware in the right corner. Top of the key here for Clark. Clark drives with the left, 2 defenders in there. Kaukauna thinks he picked up his step, but the refs say no travel, and he pulls up and nails the shot. 14-7 is the score. Spartans on top. Timeout called here by Kaukauna. Full timeout. And we'll head to break here on Zaleski Sports.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop. Whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
And we're back here on Zaleski Sports. Kaukauna full timeout called here. And to clear up the confusion about that free throw, Lotzer's foot was on the line, so the shot, even though it went in, is ruled no good, and he only had 1 attempt after that, missed the second one. So officially he's 0 for 2 at the line, and Kaukauna remains at 7 points. North went on a little bit of a run, and they've got a lead of 7 here with just under 6 minutes remaining here in the first half. Checking back in for North, number 0, Brad Weber. The 5 on the floor, Weber, Garland, Clark, Lister, and Scott, the starting 5 for North. A little bit of pressure at the top. At the half-court line here, and a turnover forced as Scott ends up intercepting the bounce pass from Thiel. Driving with his right, Lister, nice find for Garland, but Garland can't quite handle it. And here comes Kaukauna the other way. It'll be Weber at the top of this not quite a full court press, but meeting him at half court. They swing it over as North looks to be in a 2-1-2 style zone here, or a 1 as Weber goes across, and the 3 is no good. That was from Immel in the corner, and a board for Weber. Kaukauna remains in man defense as it's Lister at the top of the key here. He gives it up to Dalton Clark. Clark drives to the right side, gives it up to Weber at the elbow. Weber handoff back to Clark, and we're going to have a foul here on Kaukauna. Fouls on Weinberg. Weinberg's second there. He remains in the game as it's Lister, guarded by Carl here at the top of the key. Swung into the left corner, Brad Weber. Weber gives it up for Jamari Scott. I don't believe Scott has headed to the bench at all, and a nice layup there. He goes under. He scoops it underneath the basket and up off the window. 16-7. North again sticking in this zone with Weber running the top of the key. They try to go inside to Otradovic. He eventually receives the pass, but his shot no good. Good contest there by Garland. Pushing it the other way is Lister, and his pass just out of the reach of Weber. They're trying to convert some fast break points there, and it goes out of bounds. Kaukauna ball. Subbing back in here, Tayden Immel. And Fred Ware is going to be let back into the game after a little bit of confusion. Heading to the bench, I should say, is Garland. 4 minutes, 2 seconds remaining in the 16-minute half here. 16-7 our score. Oshkosh North on top. Weber again meeting Carl as he crossed half court there, and they'll swing it back and forth between Thiel and Carl. Thiel with a little bit of pressure, feeling a little bit of the pressure there. Clark meets Thiel there. They swing it to Immel. Immel ends up being open in the corner, pulls up a 3, no good. Otradovic with the board. And they're going to call a foul here in the corner as Otradovic lost his dribble, but ran into the arms of Clark. Non-shooting foul. Just the third team foul for North. Underneath the basket, it's Carl inbounding, gives it to Thiel in the corner. Thiel finds Lotzer, back to Carl, but he had not gotten inbounds yet, I believe, and that'll be a turnover on Kaukauna. He took his time getting out from underneath the basket as he was headed to the far side, the far corner. And the pass from Lotzer caught him at just the wrong time. Lister brings it across half court for Coach Josh Flanagan's JV North Spartans. They swing it back to Lister. Lister drives baseline underneath the basket. Nice find and a pocket pass to Jamari Scott. Great dish there by Lister, and Scott puts the Spartans up 11. Weber at the top of this 1-3-1. Into the corner they go for Immel. Back in for Otradovic, guarded by Ware. He finds Thiel at the right wing, and out of bounds it goes off of Kaukauna. So that 1-3-1 zone is working wonders for North right now, as Kaukauna has been stuck on 7 points for a long portion of this first half. Number 20, Von Trell section back in for the Spartans as Clark heads off. Lister bringing it down. Lister gives to Scott on the right wing. Scott, the left-handed shot, dribbles with the left hand, gives it up for Weber. Weber thought about going to section, but picks up his dribble a bit too soon. Ends up being all right. Section gives to Lister and back to Ware. Ware to Scott. North being very careful here on this possession. Looking for something inside, I'm sensing. They get it inside to Scott here. He's triple teamed. Looking to get it back out, and does not. Otradovic with the steal as the ball slips out of Scott's hand. Back the other way comes Kaukauna. Long pass to Immel, and he tries to throw it into the post to Otradovic, and it's stolen. Back the other way. Scott loses the handle, and it goes out of bounds. Sub here for North as Devin Garland comes back in. Fred Ware comes out. Inbound underneath for Tylen Lister. Lister looking for Garland. It decides to go inside to Weber instead, but a block by Taden Immel. And a timeout called here by Kaukauna. .30-second timeout as we head to break here on Zaleski Sports.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobuson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobuson.com to apply.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
We're back here on Zaleski Sports for tonight's JV matchup between the Oshkosh North Spartans on the road here at Kaukauna, hosted by the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. 1:59 remains here in the first half. 18-7 the score in favor of the road team. The Oshkosh North Spartans have pulled away early in this one. As we approach halftime, here's Von Trell's section guarding Sawyer Thiel. Left wing there for Immel. They swing it around. Josh Carl driving to the top of the key. They find Otradovic. Great passing there from Kaukauna. Otradovic goes across the lane. Thiel with the finish. And Kaukauna ends their scoring drought. Kaukauna remains in man defense as Lister gives it up for Devin Garland. Top of the key, Brad Weber kicks it out. Jamari Scott, the left-handed three, no good. It's Owen Weber, as I'll continue to remind myself of that. Ball goes out of bounds, and it is Kaukauna possession. So Kaukauna with a little bit of momentum here out of the timeout. Great first possession for them after the break. We'll see if they can keep it going. At the top, Lister guarding. That was Carl there, and North is back into man defense as they go away from the zone. Corner three fake, and end up taking the second opportunity is Immel, no good, and the board for Scott. Bringing up the floor, Lister, as he's been in the entire half here, serving as the point guard for North. Lister, Scott, Weber, Section, and Garland for the Spartans. For the Ghosts, Carl, Thiel, Immel, Otradovic, and Lotzer. Playing catch-up just across half court here are Scott and Lister. Lister gives it over to Scott. He's got something to work with now. Weber, as it was Immel trying to jump that pass there. Lister now on the left side of the key. Of the court, I should say, as he's not quite close to the three-point line, as North seems to be content to be running down the game clock here. We're at 15 seconds here as they are looking to take the last possession. Scott gives it up to Weber, right wing. Here's Lister, left wing three, no good. Weber crashes the board but can't get it. Immel pushes the other way for the Ghosts. Pull up for Carl, the buzzer beater to end the half. Is it a 2 or a 3? The referee says a 3, and Kaukauna heads into the half on a 5-0 run. And our score at the half, 18-12. As Coach Flanagan for the Spartans, I believe, is arguing that his foot is on the line there, but it is ruled a three-pointer. Again, 18-12, North on top of Kaukauna here at the half in this JV debut for both squads this season. We'll head to a break here for halftime here on Zaleski Sports.
Customize your next apparel order with Maida Custom Apparel of Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your idea into a reality with great quality screen printing. Or choose from a variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at maidacustom.com.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
My name's Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
I know that I can handle schooling my children because RVA provides the tools that I need. The RVA has adjusted curriculum by placing children right where their learning is. That's the number one goal, is to make sure that your children are learning, and so you don't move on if they haven't grasped the concept. You stop, pause, and you make sure that you grasp that before you move on. The RVA will work with your child's needs and will provide the support and the attention that your child not only needs but deserves.
Good day, my name is Ken Hyman and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafetieri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
And welcome back here on Zaleski Sports for the second half of this JV matchup. The Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts hosting the Oshkosh North Spartans. My name is Gunnar Sippert, joined by producer Joel Rausch here on the broadcast here this evening. Coming up later, a great matchup. Has to be the best matchup in the state tonight, I would imagine. The number 3 ranked Division I team, Kaukauna, the varsity boys, hosting the number 4 ranked team in Division I in a very high-profile matchup here in not only Division I, but of course the Fox Valley Association. Here in our JV matchup, the Spartans are up 18-12. They'll have the first possession of the second half. Devin Garland waiting to inbound here to Tylen Lister, as Oshkosh North will be working from left to right across your radio dial and your video. Inbound to Lister, and here we go for the second half. Spartans with a 6-point lead. Kaukauna looks to be in a 1-3-1 zone here after they played man the entire first half. Clark all the way to the right corner for Weber. Great find there. Shot no good. And the board for Sawyer Thiel. Coming back the other way, the point guard, Kavanaugh Wyenberg. 5'10". Guarded by Lister as North is now in man. Bit of a double there from Garland. They get it into the post. Shot's no good. As the board comes to Garland there, but off of his foot after he loses the handle on it, and it'll be a Kaukauna inbound from underneath the basket. Kavanaugh will be taking it. Safety valve at the top of the key is Thiel, but they inbound to Otradovic in the corner. Here comes Kavanaugh. It tries to swing it across to Immel, but it's off of an Oshkosh North defender and out of bounds and will reset underneath the basket. Line set up here for Kavanaugh. He lobs it into Otradovic. He's got a good look, decides to kick it. Now back to Otradovic from Kavanaugh, and one. And the 5-0 run from before the half will extend here into a 7-0 run for Kaukauna. Otradovic looking to finish the 3-point play and make it an 8-0 run. 18-14 our score now. Otradovic with 2 points in the first half, his first 2 of the second half there, and make it 3 in the second half as he becomes Kaukauna's leading scorer for the game. The leading scorers for North are Jamari Scott and Owen Weber, both with 7. Here's Scott at the top of the key. 1-3-1 again for Kaukauna. Coming around the baseline there was Lister as Weber has possession, goes behind the back. Looking for Garland. Garland underneath the basket. Doesn't have quite the look he was wanting. Kicks to Lister. Lister's 3, no good. Weber. Owen Weber loses the board there, but it ends up going to North after Kaukauna tried to save it out of bounds. Scott gives it to Clark after Weber let the pass go through. Great awareness shown by Weber there as he let Scott's pass go all the way through to Clark on the right block. 20-14 as North snaps their scoreless streak that stretched back into the first half. Here's Otradovic. He dishes to Gustman. Gustman didn't see too many minutes in the first half. Could be that because he was playing in the freshman game earlier, but he did start, and he does start here in the second half. Screen set for Lister there, and Lister drives baseline, draws the foul, shot no good. He'll head to the line as we already have more free throw attempts in the second half than we did in the first half. Just the one trip in the first half by Lotzer for Kaukauna. He was 0 for 2. First free throw attempts for Oshkosh North this entire game, if I'm not mistaken. Lister, no good on the first one. Lister's played solid basketball, but has been held scoreless so far as he's been manning the point here for Oshkosh North. And gets his first point of the night there. 21-15 our score. As a little bit of pressure here from Weber, and North is back in their 1-3-1. They really like to push those outside guys of the 3 up high, as you saw Lister there. Shot no good inside for Kaukauna. Here comes Lister driving left, looking to kick it out, finds Clark. Clark with the overhead pass down into Weber. No foul, but he'll get it to go, adjusting midair. And Weber, now the leading scorer of the game with 9 points. The 1-3-1 again for North, causing pressure there, but the ball is off of Devin Garland's shoe and out, and a kick is called. Inbounds on the side here, Quentin Gustman, the freshman, gives it to Wyenberg on the other side. He's met by Lister and Weber. Into the corner for Otradovic, driving baseline, met by Garland. They swing it up to the top of the key, and now to the right wing. Wyenberg with an open three, and he knocks it down, and he'll have a chance for a 4-point play as he got knocked down on the follow-through there, I believe by Scott. We'll wait for the official announcement here of whose foul that was. It is on Scott. His second foul. Fred Ware comes in the game. Devin Garland off. Wyenberg cannot complete the 4-point play. The board goes to Dalton Clark. Bringing it up the floor here, Tylen Lister. And you can see the difference between the 1-3-1 zones. Pardon me, as it appears. Here's Ware with the ball up top. Lister, it looks like Kaukauna's back in to a 2-3 zone here. Driving baseline is Clark. He kicks to Ware. Ware gets a big jump from the defender, Otradovic, there. They try to go back to Ware, but Lister's pass is tipped. And underneath the basket, we go for an Oshkosh North inbounds. Sub here for Kaukauna. Nolan Lotzer back into the game as Otradovic heads off. Inbounds here from Lister. Ware breaking towards the left block. They give it to the right block. Here's Weber backing down Lotzer. Kicks to Clark. Clark looking for some help. Back to Weber as he relocates outside the three-point line. He drives. Almost loses the handle. Ware, the uncontested three from the top of the key. No good. And a board for Immel. North remains in their 1-3-1. Weber, the top man, getting a lot of cardio running from each side of the court to the other. Ball goes out of bounds off of Lister, and it'll remain with Kaukauna. The score 22-18 as Kaukauna has cut the lead from what it was at halftime. Weber and Lister trapping Thiel there, but the loose ball eventually ends up in Wyenberg's dribble. He's looking down low. Pass goes all the way through to Immel. Top of the key, Thiel tries to get it to Immel, but he telegraphed it. Back the other way, 2-on-1 chance for Weber. Pass to Lister. No foul called there on the charge attempt by Wyenberg. And eventually, Lister gets the bucket to go. Back the other way as we're running back and forth here on this court, and Wyenberg gets the and one to go. Foul will be on Ware. Wyenberg's second made shot of this half with a foul. Couldn't get the 4-point play before. We'll see if he can get the 3-point play here. As Kaukauna only down 4, 24-20. Wyenberg looking to make it a one-possession game. And he does. Wyenberg with 6 points on the night. Bringing it down the floor is Scott instead of Lister here. Lister sets a hard screen. Wyenberg breaks through, gives to Lister. Lister into the corner. Garland doesn't have anything. Weber, right wing, thinks about a three, thinks better of it. Dalton Clark thinking about driving with his right. Instead, hands it off to Garland. Garland loses his dribble there. Lister to Weber. Weber drives left, kicks to Lister. Lister for three. No good, but the board right to Garland. Putback attempt, no good. And Kaukauna can corral the rebound here. A bit of pressure from North, however. Weber was looking for a double dribble there on Tayden Immel. The refs do not call it, but we do have a timeout here. 30-second timeout called by Kaukauna, and we'll head to break here on Zaleski Sports.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
I'm Dina Noland. I drive for Cobuson Buses. Working with Cobuston, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. First day of school for my son, the fact that I get to bring him there and I can just park my bus right on the side and walk in, they don't mind that. They want you to be there for your family.
I've always enjoyed working with kids. The opportunity to transport them in a bus, I enjoy doing it.
Visit Cobuston.com to apply.
Welcome back to this broadcast of JV Boys Basketball here in the Fox Valley Association on Zaleski Sports. 3-point lead for the Oshkosh North Spartans against the hosting Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. Inbound here for Kaukauna as it's just a one-possession game. They've clawed their way back into this one after the lead was double digits at points in the first half. Driving left here, Weinberg. He goes under the contest of Weber and gets it to go. Kavanaugh Weinberg has definitely been one of Kaukauna's standouts here in the second half. Lister back at the other end. North only leading by one now. He drives, kicks to Clark. Clark with a nice spin move, but the shot is outside the backboard. They rotate the ball over to Section. His three, no good. Down low in the post is Weber, and he absorbs some contact there, and a non-shooting foul will be called. That'll be just the second foul of the half for Kaukauna. Second foul for Immel as well. 3 fouls in the half for North. We didn't get close to the bonus in the first half. We'll see how it goes here in the second frame. Shot no good from Clark, and the rebound goes to Weinberg. He does not have the numbers with him, has to slow down once he gets to the corner. Pass goes all the way through the key and out of bounds on the other side. And they're going to say it was not deflected. It will be North ball. Sub coming in here, Chase Otradovic for Kaukauna, as well as Jamari Scott back in for the Spartans. So the Spartans running a rotation of 7 players. Kaukauna running a rotation of 7 players as well. Right wing, Clark looking at Scott as he cut across the lane, eventually gives to Lister. Top of the key, Jamari Scott, guarded by Weinberg. Left wing, Clark, as North trying to figure out this Kaukauna defense. Clark decides to drive it himself, absorbs some contact, and draws the foul. He'll head to the line. 2-point game here as North is leading 25-23. Dalton Clark at the line. First free throw no good. Clark with 2 points. Tries to get the second one to go. And he does. Pardon me, Clark with 5 points now, as I was looking at the wrong number 11 on the scoreboard. Sawyer Thiel for Kaukauna with 2 points. Here's Weinberg. He's had a great second half. He finds Lotzer. Lotzer pulls up, gets it to drain in. And it's a 1-point lead again for North, 26-25. That free throw from Clark, the difference right now. Screen set by Clark there, and they're going to call an offensive foul there on Clark, and it'll be Kaukauna ball. Sub in, number 10, Manuel Tilatelpa. First minutes for him here in the JV game. He was playing in the freshman game earlier. Weinberg is trapped at the top of the key. Gives it over to Immel around the elbow area. Otradovic. Not great passing again there by Kaukauna as they mesmerize the defense, and eventually Otradovic with the finish. Great find by Josh Carl. for three. Tylen Lister looking to pull North back ahead as Kaukauna has their first lead since the first half. It's 27-26 here. Ghosts in front. Driving Weinberg into the lane. Met by Lister. Gets around him and gets it to go. Kavanaugh Weinberg with 10 points. The leading scorer in tonight's game, just ahead of Owen Weber's 9 for the Spartans. Here's Jamari Scott. Gives to Weber. Weber for three. It's no good. And the board for Kaukauna, eventually corralled by Immel. And a 3-point lead here for Kaukauna. Since the break, Kaukauna outscoring North by 7 points, as it was a 4-point lead for North at half. Foul called here on Devin Garland as he was trying to get in front of Kavanaugh Weinberg. Spartans call the timeout. It'll be a full timeout here as we head to break. Kaukauna on top by 3 here on Zaleski Sports.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Welcome back here on Zaleski Sports. JV matchup between the Fox Valley Association's Kaukauna Ghosts and the Oshkosh North Spartans. 3-point lead here for Kaukauna. I believe I said before the break that Kaukauna had outscored North by 7 this half. The score at halftime was actually 18-12. So that second half scoring here in the second half favoring Kaukauna 29-26 our score here. So if I can do some math here, 17-8 in the second half for Kaukauna, as they've really showed out here in the second. On the floor for North here as they inbound. Inbounding here is Dalton Clark. Also on the floor, number 3, Devin Garland. Number 23, you see Jamari Scott there. He'll receive the pass. Number 0, Owen Weber. And number 30, Fred Ware. Kaukauna guarding Scott here is Immel. He gives up his assignment to Carl. Carl pressures. Here's Clark as Scott flashes across the lane. Swings it over to Weber. Weber drives. He's met by 3 defenders, primarily Lotzer. He tries to kick it to Ware, and a steal by Weinberg, who has been all over this second half for Kaukauna. Leading scorer in the game with 10 points. He's met by North's leading scorer, Weber, as well as Fred Ware. It'll be Ware picking up the foul here, and that's the 6th foul of the half for North, 1 away from the bonus. So next foul for North, should it be of the non-shooting variety, the Kaukauna player that's fouled will head to the line. Weber again picking up Kaukauna at half court in this 1-3-1 zone. Clark comes up high and forces a turnover there. Scott intercepts it. Scott back to Clark, off the window and in. And we've got a 1-point game here, just under 7 minutes to go here in this JV matchup. Weinberg again bringing it across, swings it over to Carl. Carl to Weinberg. Clark meets him in the corner. It's Scott guarding Immel, and they have to swing it over to Carl again. Here's Weinberg, drives into the lane, kicks to Carl. Carl for 3. No good, and we'll have a foul on the floor. It'll be on North. Foul is on Dalton Clark. As they were getting ready to rebound there, the foul is called. That'll be on Dalton Clark, and it is his 4th of the game. He'll have to come out. As Tylen Lister comes back in the game, the 7th team foul means that Kaukauna will head to the line here for a 1-and-1. It'll be Nolan Lotzer, the only player to attempt a free throw in the first half. He ended up going 0 for 2, although he did make the first one. His foot was on the line. He's well behind it now. Makes the front end of the 1-and-1. As you can see him over-adjusting here. Clear daylight between his foot and the line. Makes the first one. The back end of the 1-and-1 is good. Lotzer puts Kaukauna up 3. 31-28 the score. 3 team fouls for Kaukauna compared to North 7. So North nowhere close from being in the bonus on their offensive end. Here's Weber. Drives baseline. Ball, they're going to say, went off of Weber and out of bounds. And it'll be Kaukauna ball. Inbounding underneath here, Otradovic. 3-point lead here for the JV Ghosts later on tonight on Zaleski Sports. A great varsity matchup between John O'Neill and the varsity Galloping Ghosts against Xavier Mitchell and the varsity Spartans. Lotzer near the left block here, gets it back outside. Here is Weinberg to Immel. Immel attempted many threes in the first half, has been slower to shoot here. His pass is stolen by Lister, too strong. Weber gets the board and will head to the line here. Immel a bit more reserved on the offensive end here. Tried to get that skip pass across the lane, and it was stolen by Lister. And that led to a great fast break opportunity for North, and while they can't convert a field goal there, they will get a chance at the line. 2 shots here for Owen Weber. Weber misses the first. Just under 6 minutes to play here, 5:56 remaining in the second half. Weber gets the second one to go, and we've got a 2-point game. Weber, the first Spartan to reach the 10-point mark. As they remain in their zone, North playing 1-3-1 the majority of the second half here. Immel with the left corner 3, no good there. And a loose ball foul on the Ghosts on the rebound there. Foul will be on number 1, Tayden Immel. So 5 fouls now for Kaukauna, and just as I said, North was nowhere close to the bonus, and now they're only 2 fouls away. 5:40 and counting down here in the second half. Here's Lister. Switches to his left, hops into the middle of the lane, kicks to Weber. Weber thinks about the 3 as he's closed out upon by Lotzer. Right corner for Garland. He tries to force a pass into the post. Thankfully for North, there was a foul on the floor as the ball got tipped out of bounds there. So 6 fouls against Kaukauna now, and North has closed the gap in terms of second half fouls. Quentin Gustman, who has started both halves for the Ghosts, number 24 there, you can see. He started both halves, but he definitely has been 7th in terms of Kaukauna's minutes in the 7-man rotation. They rotate to Lister. He drains the 3 and pulls North back ahead, 32-31. Great inbounds play there from the Spartans as they regain the lead. In the corner is Lotzer. He finds Thiel at the elbow. Here's Gustman straight off the bench with the 3-point attempt. Nice open look there for Kaukauna, but it doesn't go down. Lister gives it up to Scott. Jamari Scott with the left hand dribbles. Gives it up to Fred Ware. Ware to Weber. Weber driving left. Pulls up with the mid-range jumper. Can't get it to fall. And the board for Kaukauna. Here's Kavanaugh Weinberg. Oh, and they're going to say a double dribble there off the hands of Weinberg. So a turnover for Kaukauna. North with a 1-point lead here, 31-32. Timeout called. We'll see who called it. I believe it was Kaukauna. And we'll head to a break here on Zaleski Sports.
I think there are a lot of benefits to schooling our children from home. We get to spend a lot of time with them, and there are eureka moments like seeing them walk for the first time, or they figure something out and they're so excited about it.
The RVA really does work with each family to individualize each child's education to help them really succeed.
This is like the best thing in Wisconsin in terms of school.
For us, the RVA was our first and best choice of schools to choose.
We love the RVA.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports, our JV matchup between Oshkosh North and Kaukauna, proving to be a thrilling one here in the second half. The lead for North at halftime was 18-12. It's now 32 Spartans, 31 Ghosts, as Kaukauna has had a great second half, led by Kavanaugh Weinberg, their 5'10 starting point guard. Later on tonight, it'll be a matchup in the varsity game between two teams that won their most recent state championship in 2018. Back then, North winning their championship with Tyrese Halliburton and Quincy Anderson in Division I, and Kaukauna winning their championship with Jordan McCabe in Division II. Kaukauna now into Division I as well, as both of these schools essentially have equal enrollment, and they'll be battling it out in the varsity season for the FVA crown and a D1 state championship, they hope. Here's Dalton Clark back into the game for North with 4 fouls. We'll see how that plays out on the defensive end. Ball is tipped away from Lister, knocked away from Lister by the defender Kavanaugh, and it'll remain with North here. 32-31. Lister, the point guard, inbounding, gets it to Weber right around the free throw stripe. Owen Weber with a measured take there, looks at the basket, gives it to Clark. Clark drives, nice pass to Scott, and Jamari Scott with his first points of the second half. He had 7 in the first half, tied for the lead among all players with Owen Weber, but he had been held scoreless thus far. Ball is tipped by Lister, tries to dive after it, and now Kaukauna's got a 5-on-3. Kicks to Gustman, the Kavanaugh's pass, and it tips around to Otradovic, no good. And that was a nice potential possession there for Kaukauna. They end up getting an open 3 and a second chance look, but can't convert, as Lister and Weber were both in the backcourt. Here's Lister on the right wing, guarded by Weinberg. He gives to Clark. Clark for 3, right to Weber for the second chance points. And a little 4-0 run here for the Spartans out of the break. It's 36-31. We are under 3.5 minutes to go. Weber again meeting Weinberg. Weinberg has to pick it up, has no dribble, and a steal by Scott. The Spartans on the defensive end have been stifling any sort of offense Kaukauna has wanted to have, except for when they had the numbers game on the possession before last. Spin move there by Lister, gives it up to Scott. Scott guarded by Gustman. And here is Garland at the top of the floor. He hands it off to Lister, and they'll reset. Spartans running mostly seems to be a 5-out offense with players flashing through the key. No traditional post set up for them, as we have a foul here. Third foul on Weinberg. He'll have to head off here. Or pardon me, he will not head off. He'll stay on the floor with 3 fouls. Under 3 minutes remaining. That's understandable from Coach Dan Van Boxtel for the JV Ghosts. 1-1 here for Lister. Can't get the first to go, but the board for Garland off the window and no good. Out of bounds they go, and tumbling is Owen Weber. Great effort there from Weber and Tayden Immel for Kaukauna. Unfortunately for Immel, it was last touched by him. So the score remains 36-31 as we have a timeout here taken by Coach John Flanagan for the Spartans. And we'll head to a break here on Zaleski Sports. We'll be back with the conclusion of this JV game after the break.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop. Whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Welcome back here on Zaleski Sports. Our JV game coming to an exciting conclusion here. Oshkosh North with a 5-point lead. They lost their 6-point lead they had at halftime. Kaukauna was ahead by as many as 3. But now Oshkosh North up 5 with the ball. Later on tonight, we'll see the debut for both varsity squads. Both teams looking to bounce off what they may have felt was a disappointing end to last season. North losing their first playoff game last year in the regional semifinal to Appleton West. That was a 3 versus 14 matchup in which North was the 3. Kaukauna made it all the way to the sectional semifinal, eventually losing to Milwaukee Marquette. Pass in to Scott from Lister, no good. And North cannot convert on a very nicely executed inbounds play there. Across the halfway line go Immel and Wyenberg playing catch. Eventually into the corner for Gustman. Gustman finds Wyenberg. He finds Otradovic. Otradovic, the freshman, looking to swing it to Immel, and a steal for Clark. Clark doing a great job of staying out of foul trouble on the North defensive end as he has 4. His next will remove him from the game. Tylen Lister gets his pocket picked by Wyenberg. Oh, but over and back. Wyenberg found an open teammate, but unfortunately, as he went to the floor, he crossed half court, and his teammate remained in the Kaukauna backcourt. So a turnover forced by Wyenberg, but unfortunately he gives it right back. 36-31 our score here. 2:10 remaining as the gym begins to fill in for tonight's highly anticipated varsity debut for both Kaukauna and North. Here's Devin Garland giving to Jamari Scott. Scott guarded by Tayden Immel. And now Tylen Lister will again have possession, gives it to Owen Weber. Weber with 10 points for the Spartans, their leading scorer. He has lost his dribble here, has to give it to Garland. And eventually Garland gives to Clark, and he is closed out upon by the Kaukauna defense and will head to the line. Gustman will have the foul, his 4th foul, and now, as I hadn't been looking at that, I realized the reason Gustman hasn't been in the game as much is that he had 3 fouls for the majority of this second half. He's now got 4 and risks fouling out just as Clark does. Clark at the line here. He'll have a 1-and-1, still just the single bonus for the Spartans. No good, and the ball tipped out of bounds by Devin Garland. Good effort on the boards there, but it will be Kaukauna ball. We are under 1:40 remaining as Wyenberg is met by Weber, picks up his dribble, has to get over half court before 10 seconds. They do so. Back to Wyenberg, open 3, looking to cut the lead, and he does. The lead slashed from 5 to 2 as North now leads only 36-34. Lister met with a trap. Immel falls down. Lister gets it ahead to Scott. Scott will slow it down as they get it across half court. And a foul will send Jamari Scott to the line. An intentional foul there by Kaukauna. That'll be 5 for Quentin Gustman. And the freshman will have to leave the court. Gustman, along with Josh Carl for the Kaukauna Ghosts, was playing in tonight's freshman game, which Kaukauna won over Oshkosh North. The only freshman player from the freshman game that got in for North in tonight's game, just for a little bit, as Scott's first free throw is no good. The only freshman getting in was Manuel Telatelpa. Wyenberg does not have the pressure of Weber against him on this possession as North switches back to a man defense. They have been running that 1-3-1 with the high press on the edges for the majority of this second half as Wyenberg drives, runs into Clark. Clark takes the charge. They decide to go no call. The 3 for Lotzer, no good. 2 missed threes on this possession for Kaukauna. They'll try it a 3rd time. Looking for the lead, and no good, out of bounds. It'll be North ball. So Kaukauna going for the lead with 3 3-point attempts there, and they'll run a full court press here. Clark gets the inbound from Weber. Clark drives across half court. He finds Garland, and North, being conservative, might have had numbers there on a fast court break, but they decide to run the clock a little bit more here, and a smart decision as Taylen Lister is fouled, and now into the double bonus go the Spartans. 2 guaranteed attempts here at the line for Lister. Lister with 6 points on the night, no fouls, despite having what I imagine would be one of the highest minutes totals for the Spartans. Has barely been off the floor tonight. That foul for Kaukauna was the fourth on Kavanaugh Weinberg. He's had a great second half here. He is this game's leading scorer with 13 points. But the Kaukauna offense went a little bit cold in the second half of the second portion of this second half as Lister cannot get the first one to go. North doing just enough to hold on to the lead here. 28.3 seconds remaining as a timeout is called. 2-point lead for the Spartans as we head to break here, possibly our final one of the game here on Zaleski Sports.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobuson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobuson.com to apply.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Welcome back to the conclusion of this JV basketball game here on Zaleski Sports. Oshkosh North maintaining a slim 2-point lead here over the Kaukauna Ghosts. 28.3 seconds remaining, 10 team fouls for Kaukauna. Any foul that they commit will now lead to 2 free throws for North. We're on the second free throw here for Tylen Lister, number 24 for the Spartans. As timeout was called in between the 2 free throws. The first one was missed. This will be a live ball off the rim, except Lister gets it to go. 3-point lead for the Spartans, 37-34. As we're at 25 seconds and counting down here. Weinberg brings it across half court. Otradovic with the screen. Garland thinks about switching. They do not. They end up switching. Here's Lister guarding Otradovic. The three, no good from Weinberg. And the rebound for Clark. He'll push ahead and be fouled. He'll have to go to the line to earn his 2 points here, as Kaukauna didn't want to give up the free basket on the fast break there. Fourth foul for Immel, as Clark heads to the line. 8.7 seconds remaining. 3-point lead for the Spartans. Should Clark make one of these 2 free throws or both, all North will have to do is just not foul, as we're under 9 seconds remaining. He makes the first, and it's a 4-point lead for the JV Spartans. Clark makes the second as well. He came into this game with 4 fouls in the second half, has not fouled. It's a 5-point lead. They got to get a shot off here. The clock was not running, and that'll be the cause for the stoppage in play, I believe. We'll wait for the explanation from the referees here. And I believe it was just the clock error, as looks like we're going to reset the inbounds here. We'll see if we go back to 8.7 seconds. It's at 6.5 on the board right now. 5-point lead for North. They should have this game sealed up, as we're under 10 seconds here, and Kaukauna needs 2 possessions. Lister and Scott for the Spartans bringing a bit of pressure. And still waiting on the clock to be reset. Coming up later tonight, the varsity matchup between these two teams. Last year, North finishing tied for second in the FVA with Kimberly at 12-6. And Kaukauna finishing 10-8. They were 5th out in the 10-team conference. Fond du Lac was the champion. Kimberly, Oshkosh North, Neenah in 4th, and then Kaukauna. As I said, both of these teams ranked in the Division I rankings by WISports.net. 3rd for Kaukauna and 4th for North. They are expected to be the top 2 teams in the FVA, as Fond du Lac, Kimberly, and Neenah graduated a lot of their production from last year in their senior classes. Other matchups in the FVA tonight include Appleton East at Fond du Lac, Appleton West at Oshkosh West, and Kimberly at Neenah. Here comes the inbound from Otradovic. He's looking to break out Weinberg. Weinberg's got to get a shot off quick. He drives for the 2. Taking the charge is Garland. They're going to go with a no call, and that will ultimately favor the Spartans here as they corral the rebound and secure the victory. The final here, JV Spartans 39, JV Ghosts 34. So the Spartans had a 6-point lead at halftime. They lost it, as at one point in this half it was 17-8 scoring for Kaukauna, and that meant they were up by 5 points. But eventually it swings back the other way. North outscores them by 10 to finish the game and ends up winning 39-34. Leading scorer for tonight's game was Kavanaugh Wyenberg with 13 for the Ghosts. The leader for the North Spartans, Owen Weber with 12. Thank you so much for joining us here on Zaleski Sports. Along with Joel Rausch as producer, I've been Gunnar Sippert. Stay tuned for our varsity matchup here coming up in just a little bit.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Feur, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflatiri, Caffla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Feur, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflatiri, Caffla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to Kaukauna High School. It is basketball time here in the Fox Valley Association, and what a way to start the season off between two of the top 5 teams in the state, between the Oshkosh North Spartans and the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. J-Town Justin Krzyzewski here. First time in the gym. I'm excited. It's been a while since I've called a basketball game. It's going to be a good one. Like we said, 2 of the top 5 teams in Division I basketball. The 3-seeded Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts and the 4-seeded Oshkosh Spartans. Both teams, they're looking to be in the hunt for that Fox Valley Association Conference Championship at the end of the year. But you can only get to the end of the year by starting the year, and that's how we're going to start here tonight. Both these teams filled with some high-powered players. For Oshkosh North, you're going to be looking at Stevie Clark and Xavier Mitchell as the big 2 guys. Stevie Clark going to Colgate College, and Xavier Mitchell offers to UW and other Division I schools, 2 6'6" players there. And then on the Kaukauna side, I got a special sheet made up by Kaukauna Boys Basketball. They gave me a kind of a background to their basketball team, a little bit of history, a little bit of this and that. And looking at the accolades of these kids, honorable mentions, most improved player, all conference nominations, academic excellence, you got it all. And you have plenty of interest in the next level with some of these kids. The big ones, Andrew Jensen and John O'Neill with Division I offers. Marquette looking at Andrew Jensen as well as 3 other offers. And John O'Neill will be playing his college basketball at the University of New Hampshire. And he has that record for 30 rebounds in a game. At 6'10", it's a little bit easier compared to me at, let's just call me 5'11", even though I'm nowhere near that. You'll have to come meet me in person if you want to know how tall I actually am. But it's easy to get those rebounds at 6'10". And, I mean, this team, standing down on the court pregame, they look like a good basketball team. And, like, obviously, as a ranked 3rd in the state, but like a cohesive group all working together, all kind of have their own unique identities, but also work as a team. And talking with Coach Shallow, he's excited for this season, like many are. Talking with the football season towards the end of the season, talking with a lot of parents saying, hey, you guys doing basketball? Which for a while there we knew we were doing basketball. We had to keep it quiet. And just the hype around this team and this whole entire program is at an all-time high. And talking about the program, let's talk about this. Tonight's game, as well as all the games here on Zaleski Sports, will be brought to you by Kaukauna Boys Basketball Hoops Club, an organization supporting Kaukauna Boys Basketball. The mission of Kaukauna Boys Hoops Club is to prepare and develop select student athletes to play the game of basketball at a highly competitive level, thereby enhancing their opportunity to play at the middle school, high school, and beyond levels. If you would like to sponsor some home games this year on Zaleski Sports, contact Brian Rebke at kaubuckets@gmail.com or call or text 920-565-3563. Moments away here from National Anthem and player intros. We'll step aside and listen into PA announcer.
Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to Kaukauna High School for tonight's Fox Valley Association boys basketball game between the visiting Spartans of Oshkosh North High School and your very own Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. We are pleased to welcome as our guests tonight players, coaches, and fans from Oshkosh North High School. Tonight's game can also be viewed free online at ZaleskiSports.com. Both schools in the WIAA require good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators in education-based interscholastic events. We request your cooperation in supporting the participants and officials. Profanity, racial, sexist, or ethnic comments or other intimidating or taunting actions will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Please enjoy the game in a positive manner. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, to honor our country and those who are fighting to defend our freedom, we ask you please stand if you're able, remove your headwear, and face the flag as the Kaukauna VFW Electric City Post 3319 presents colors, and we play our national anthem, sung by the Kaukauna High School Choir.
Pre-recorded rendition of the national anthem by the Kaukauna High School Choir. Colors presented by the VFW. We are moments away from starting lineups here at Kaukauna High School. Reading over this program, they gave us a scouting report here at Kaukauna, and it's a remarkable piece of work here. They have details that are just amazing, and they got previous year standings, scores, tonight's matchups, Oshkosh North, Kaukauna, Appleton East at Fondy, Appleton West, Oshkosh West, and Kimberly at Neenah. This conference is tough. Last year's champs were the Fond du Lac Cardinals, 14-4. Kimberly, Oshkosh North tied at second, 12-6. Kaukauna was in there at fifth with a 10-8 record, but it's continuing to expand and get better. Starting lineup for the Oshkosh North Spartans: Stevie Clark, Xavier Mitchell, Bruce Ott, Jackson Anderson, and Carter Strange. Head coach is Brad Weber. As the starting lineup's going to be introduced here for the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. Carson Awe will be at guard. Nathan Dupree. He will also be at guard. Forward Andrew Jensen, 6'9", 200, the sophomore. John O'Neill, 6'10", 205, a forward. And Keegan Van Kauenberg, the captain, senior or junior guard. We'll wrap up the starting lineups here. Starting lineups today brought to you by Stop Construction. Stop Construction is a premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Stop Construction has been partnering with private and public customers since 1984. Stop Construction has its own service and fabrication department to assist with any municipal or industrial situation. Stop Construction, a 100% employee-owned company. We are moments away. The highly anticipated 2023-2024 basketball season going to be tipped off here. Talking with Mike, our WIAA correspondent. He's here tonight helping us out with a couple technical issues. We'll have that all running ready to go. But he's seen a couple games on Zaleski Sports. Hey, folks, if you're not on or following Zaleski Sports, there is a ton of sports that we broadcast, mostly out of central Wisconsin. We're trying to expand out to the Fox Valley, but you can get it all on Zaleski Sports. Xavier Mitchell, John O'Neill in the circle. And we're underway. Opening tip will be picked up by Kaukauna. And here we go. Carson All will bring it. He'll hand it off to that's number 25, Keegan Van Kauenberg. I got to get used to the names. Out to Aw looking, kicks out. Van Kauenberg, 3-ball, can't hit it, rebound North. They'll bring it up. That's number 0, Stevie Clark, down low, making a move. Jump ball call. And possession arrow will give it back to Oshkosh North. Already fast action. Bear with me as I got to get my bearings back to basketball speed compared to football speed. Basketball's a little faster. Stevie Clark, he'll pass it around. Xavier Mitchell now at the top of the key. Dribbles left, looking for space, cuts, makes a beautiful move, up and in. Nice move by Xavier Mitchell, and first points of the game goes to North. 3-ball for Kaukauna, a little short rebound. Stevie Clark. Xavier Mitchell tipped out of bounds. That'll stick with Oshkosh North. Like I said, not used to this basketball speed. It's a little more higher paced. Trying to get numbers, get names, takes a hot second, but I will get it as the season goes along. Inbounding is Oshkosh North. Lobs it up to Stevie Clark. He'll get it around midcourt. He's got Carson Aw on him. Or excuse me, that's Nathan Dupree. Fairly full house here for this highly anticipated FVA conference matchup. Xavier Mitchell, 3-ball, hits the bottom of the net, good. 2 baskets for Mitchell, 5-0 your score. Spartans out early. Moving the ball around, down low, John O'Neill fouled, and he'll go to the line shooting 2. Foul is on Stevie Clark. That'll be his first. John O'Neill to the line, 66% from 2-point last season. Averages 12.8 last year. First shot no good. Off the back iron. Second shot up and coming for John O'Neill, the 6'10", University of Massachusetts commit. Second shot up and good. First one for John O'Neill. Kaukauna's on the board, trailing 5-1 here, 16-22. Clark to Xavier Mitchell. Lanky Jr. for the North. Shot up, 3-ball short. Xavier Mitchell down there fighting for the rebound, and he will get it, but tosses it to O'Neill. Here comes Kaukauna pushing. Kicks Van Kauenberg. Good for a 3-ball. And Kaukauna cuts it to 1, 4-5. Back and forth affair here. Stevie Clark dribbles to the right side, gets a pick, Double pick, now trapped. Picks up his dribble, gets it down low to Xavier Mitchell. Mitchell find, what a find and good. Nice shot, Bruce Ott. Great find, Xavier Mitchell. Mitchell having his presence known early. Carson on now. Working, trying to get it down low. They will on a nice pick and roll. Kicks it out. Van Kallenberg, 3-ball. Rims out, rebound Stevie Clark. Pushing is North. Xavier Mitchell tries to fire one down low, can't. Fight for the ball. Picked up by Kaukauna. Here comes Kaukauna. Up to Dupree. Drives, kicks, baseline, Carson. Oh, 3-ball. Air mails it, rebound Mitchell. Mitchell, John O'Neill gets by him. Shot up, Stevie Clark, no. Tip, no. Rebound Kaukauna. Xavier Mitchell is everywhere. Carson Aw dribbles right, hit, and they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. Carson Aw looking for a push, will not get the call. No foul. In comes Eban Jennings for North. He'll sub in for Jackson Anderson. Young team, this Oshkosh North. A lot of sophomores, 5 sophomores on this team. Jennings is a senior. Also in there is Max Rohr. 3-ball, no, tipped, rebound, John O'Neill. Took a shot, looking for a foul, no call. Here comes Van Kallenberg, he'll push it up. Back to Van Kallenberg, 3-ball, just short. Long rebound, Kaukauna, North, that'll be Rohr. Rohr, weird dribble there, and that's gonna be called, yeah, travel. Kind of caught him in between steps on a harder bounce than I think he wanted on that dribble. And they call the travel. I was gonna say it looked awkward for it not to be a travel. We got jersey night from the Kaukauna student section, red, white, and blue night from Oshkosh North. Both student sections travel very well. O'Neill handoff to Van Kallenberg. Van Kallenberg to Aw. Carson Aw guarded tightly by Rohr. Down low, John O'Neill. Kicks it across Van Kallenberg. Van Kallenberg, he'll get it to number 5, Jensen. Jensen back out. Good defense here by Oshkosh North. Patient offense here. Kaukauna 3-ball. Van Kallenberg, no. Rebound, good. That is Jensen, and it's in. First lead change of the game. Excuse me, not a lead change. 6-7 the score. Stevie Clark running point. Ball down low. Clark, good defense there by, that is Dupree. He'll kick it over to Aw. Aw back to Dupree. Trying to get it down low to John O'Neill. And there's a foul on North, excuse me. Fouls on number 20, Max Rohr. That'll be his first, team first. Second team. I have this messed up already. Trying to keep stats. Not really my best strong suit when we're going fast. Kaukauna with the ball. Van Kallenberg, 3-ball, good. His second 3 of the night. And now there's a lead change. Kaukauna out front 9-7. Number 2, Mitchell, good from 3. And trading 3, Xavier Mitchell gets the lead back for Oshkosh North. Back and forth. I think you're going to see a lot of that tonight. John O'Neill, he's going to be guarded by Xavier Mitchell all night. Try to get it down low. John O'Neill can't handle it. Deflected. I think that went out the bottom of the rim. Jensen couldn't hold it, and it goes out of bounds. A turnover, Oshkosh North ball. I'm going to call Butterfingers does the student section. 12-19 left here in the first half. 9-10 the score. Oshkosh North currently with the lead. Checking in for Kaukauna, number 13, Jonah Rohrig. He comes in for number 4, Dupree. keeping bodies fresh. Xavier Mitchell out for Oshkosh North, driving. We're going to have a foul on Kaukauna here. 25 is the call. That's Keegan Van Kauenberg. That'll be his first. That's the first for the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. And Dupree will come back in almost immediately, as well as Xavier Mitchell. What little breaks you can get your guys. Van Kauenberg comes out for Kaukauna. Little breaks you can get will go a long way. Trying to get it to Xavier Mitchell. He'll kind of run point. Right now he's driving on John O'Neill. Good defense, John O'Neill. A big stonewall there. Kick out, 3-ball fake. Driving down low, number 10. Good, and the foul. That is Bruce Ott. Fouls on number 3, Carson Aw. That'll be his first. To the line will go Ott. Looking to complete the 3-point play. Shot up and good for Ott. That's 5 points for Ott. Van Kauenberg back in. Jensen and number 3, Carson Aw, check out. Didn't see who checked in for Aw. Van Kauenberg now running point. He's guarded tightly by Carter Strange. He'll hand it off. That's Dupree. Dupree back with it. 3-ball. Open. No. Rebound tipped, and that is picked up by Strange. Strange in the pink shoes drives. Hard drive down low by Stevie Clark. No, excuse me, number 10, Bruce Ott. And another basket for him. Quick. 3-ball for no. Rebound Kaukauna. Try to get it up. Can't get it. Tipped, and Oshkosh North will get it, but turnover, dribbled off the foot. Van Kauenberg down low, up, and blocked by Xavier Mitchell. He'll go coast to coast, foul, and he'll go to the line. Fouls on number 4. That'll be Nathan Dupree, his first. Third team, and Xavier Mitchell will go to the line. Right now, Oshkosh North starting to stretch out their legs, leading 15-9. 2 coming for Xavier Mitchell. Highly regarded junior guard for North hits the first. Mitchell to shoot his second. Shot good by Mitchell. 2 for 2 from the line. Increases the lead to 17-9. John O'Neill, and yeah, they're going to get Mitchell on a reach there. Tried to make the steal over John O'Neill, but could not get to it. That's Xavier Mitchell's first. Third team for Oshkosh North. Jensen to inbound. He'll find Carter Aw. Carson Aw. Down low, Jensen. Trying to get something, can't. He'll kick it out, Van Kauenberg. Down low, O'Neill. O'Neill now gives to Jensen, and Jensen can't handle it out of bounds. Another turnover. Little sloppy play from the Kaukauna offense to start here. Jennings to inbound here to Stevie Clark. Oshkosh North, current lead is 8. Stevie Clark drives down through the paint, lobs it up, and good. That's Clark's first basket, and the lead continues to grow. 10-point lead for Oshkosh North. A lot of physical play. Carson Aw barely can get that pass off. Kick out John O'Neill for 3. No. Long rebound. Good. Jensen. Dupree 3-ball. No. Jensen fights. Can't get it. Rebound number 12. Jackson Anderson. And a pass off a foot. Kickball. Ball will stay with Oshkosh North. 10:05 left here in the half. Oshkosh North coming out on fire here in the first half. Jennings inbound, Stevie Clark. Colgate commit. Number 20 now, Max Rohr. Back over to Jennings. Jennings, Rohr, deep three ball off the back iron, off the top of the backboard, and it'll go Kaukauna's way. So far, they're not really shooting at a high percentage. It's not getting shots to fall right now for either team. Van Kaulenberg to Neal, back to Van Kaulenberg, back to the top of the key. Handoff, Van Kaulenberg. Takes a deep three ball, front iron, no rebound. Rohr to Stevie Clark. Here comes Oshkosh North. Nice dribble, passes out. Xavier Mitchell, deep three ball, good. Xavier Mitchell, his second three, and timeout Kaukauna. It is a full timeout. We'll step aside. You're watching Kaukauna boys basketball on Zaleski Sports.
I think there are a lot of benefits to schooling our children from home. We get to spend a lot of time with them, and there are eureka moments like seeing them walk for the first time, or they figure something out and they're so excited about it.
The RVA really does work with each family to individualize each child's education to help them really succeed.
This is like the best thing in Wisconsin in terms of school.
For us, the RVA was our first and best choice of schools to choose.
We love the RVA.
Rural Virtual Academy is an online tuition-free public school serving students pre-K through the high school level right here in Wisconsin. The RVA strives to offer families the tools and resources needed to provide a strong academic foundation for each child with the flexibility to learn on their own schedule and at their own pace. And they even host hundreds of free events around the state to foster friendships among the students. For more information, visit ruralmutual.org. For more information, the first timeout at the 9:15 mark, taken by Kaukauna. Full timeout here. 9-22, Oshkosh North, led by Xavier Mitchell, lighting it up right now here. 2 3 balls by Xavier Mitchell. I believe he is the leading scorer with 10 points. Van Kaulenberg. Mid-range game, no good. Tip, rebound, Oshkosh North. Pass ahead. And they'll dribble it out, handoff. Tried to pass it down low to Xavier Mitchell, can't. And Kaukauna gets it. Both teams a little sloppy. Both teams their first game of the year. Both ranked high in Division I. Down low, John O'Neill, and that's a foul. John almost went for a dunk. That might have been a technical if he dunked it after that. Bruce Ott, he'll get his second foul. That's the 4th team foul for Oshkosh North. Both teams staying out of foul trouble for the most part. Inbound, lobs it up to John O'Neill. Him and Xavier Mitchell going to go head-to-head all night. Dupree dribbles right, can't find anything, passes it back out. Good defense by Oshkosh North. John O'Neill at the three-point line, thinks about it, he'll pass it off. Van Kaulenberg, no, long rebound, Oshkosh North. Cannot get a shot to fall right now is Kaukauna. Xavier Mitchell from deep. No, long rebound, goes out of bounds, Kaukauna's ball. He can feel it. You can tell even there, he's like, that was on me, coach. I shouldn't have took that shot. He will come out. A well-deserved break for Xavier Mitchell, the junior guard. Kaukauna looking to start offense up here. Jensen with the ball. He'll pass it back to Awe. Deep three ball. Awe. Yes! Hits the three is Carson Awe, his first basket of the game. And Kaukauna gets into double digits, trails back now by 10. That was a deep three by Carson Awe. Stevie Clark picks up his dribble. He'll pass it off, get the handoff. Dribbling right, baseline, up, off the glass, no, rebound taken away, but he stepped out of bounds. Andrew Jensen had the ball, but over his shoulder came number 10, Bruce Ott, stole it away and stepped on the baseline. And here comes press from Oshkosh North. Light press. That's Rohr on Awe. Over to Jensen. Jensen, that's number 13, Rurig. Kick out, Jensen, handoff to Awe. Carson drives up, swatted away off the face mask. What a block there by number 33, Owen Weber. Sent it off his own teammate's face mask. Good thing he was wearing that. And he'll come out and just get celebrated by his teammates. That was a big-time block by a sophomore, one of the many sophomores on this Oshkosh North team. Jensen gets the inbound. Back to Jensen, corner, fakes the three, drives, hard in the paint, no foul called. He went right after Xavier Mitchell, 3-ball, no, rebound John O'Neill, puts it up and in. Wasn't pretty, but John O'Neill gets the basket to fall. That'll be his first. Kaukauna back into it. Driving baseline, and they're going to call a goaltend. Basket's good. Was that Stevie Clark, I believe, right? I believe it was Stevie Clark. Basket good on the goaltend. Seeing this physicality between these two rival schools. Jensen down low. Dupree kicks it out. Carson Awe. 3-ball. No. Rebound Stevie Clark. Spun out of it. He could have maybe got a foul. Got the player to bite on the pump fake. He spun away from the contact. Maybe could have got a foul. Stevie Clark with the ball. He'll pass it off to that's number 12, Anderson. Jennings now with the ball, trying to get it down low. He'll get it to Clark. Clark guarded by Awe. Down low, John O'Neill will pick him up. Kick out 10, 3-ball, no. Long rebound, Xavier Mitchell. And they're letting them play down low. And it's Kaukauna ball. They are letting the bigs go at it. Xavier Mitchell not too pleased with that call, or that no call for that matter. Jensen had the same call on the other end that also was a no call. They're letting them play in the paint. Get Culligan Water for $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water at CulliganH2O.com for more information. John O'Neill across, Carson Awe. Also, Awe will drive around, and that's going to be a foul on Jennings. Thought they were going to call a carry there, but they don't call that. That's the 15th foul, first for Jennings. 22, Carter Strange will check back in. 14-24 the game, just inside the 6-minute mark. John O'Neill hands it off. Dupree to Van Kauenberg, down low to Jensen. Jensen moves, baseline, strong move down low and good. That's Jensen's second basket. That was a big boy move by Jensen. Stevie Clark drives, spinning, and misses. Here comes Kaukauna ahead. Jensen kicks out. Carson Awe. 3-ball. Yes! 3-ball Carson Awe. And timeout North. 30-second timeout.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop. Whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Back here in Kaukauna, 24-19. Kaukauna finding their way back into a big 3-ball there by Carson Awe. You saw the ad there for Fleet Farm, one of my favorite places, because Toyland right now is open at Fleet Farm. With their price match plus guarantee, if you find a lower toy price, they'll beat it by 5%. You'll get the best price on a huge selection of toys at Fleet Farm. And hunting and ice fishing. Ice fishing's coming up, folks. I would even venture to say ice fishing is my favorite season, even over hunting. But don't quote me on that. I'm only saying that because the Kaukauna fan base doesn't know me very well yet, but I like it. I like it a lot. I like the outdoor sports as well as the indoor sports. got a good game here, 24-19. Oshkosh North Kaukauna. Fox Valley Association, that's going to be a foul on John O'Neill. But this Fox Valley Association, you got Fond du Lac, Kimberly, you name it. This is a tough conference. Nina's in there as well. Kaukauna, Oshkosh North, of course, the top two teams figured in the preseason rankings. Tough conference, great athletics all over the Fox Valley area. Stevie Clark dribbles, passes over to Jennings. Jennings now back over to Clark. 3-ball thought about. Clark will dribble down low. Double team, and Dupree. Splits the double team, finds number 12. 3-ball, no. Rebound, Jennings. Tipped and up into the air. Almost a foul, but no. Here comes Jensen for Kaukauna. He'll pass it off. Van Kauenberg. Van Kauenberg out. Dupree. Dupree drives. John O'Neill drives hard. Baseline, reverse layup, no. Rebound, Oshkosh North. Anderson. Xavier Mitchell passes over to Stevie Clark. Clark fakes the three again. He'll drive. Good defense on him. Into the paint. Gets away with a walk. 3-ball. Mitchell, no. Long rebound. Oshkosh North is working for these rebounds. Got a wide open Jackson Anderson. No travel call. Shot up. Rebound Jensen. Finally getting a rebound and a break is that Kaukauna team. Oshkosh North out rebounding the tall Kaukauna team right now. Over to O'Neill. Across to Van Kauenberg. Over to Dupree. Dupree drives. Floater. Good. Dupree's first basket. Lead down to 3 with 3:36 and counting here in the first half. Kaukauna fighting their way back into this one. Over to Jennings. Jennings got Jensen on him, excuse me. Mitchell thought about a deep three. Quickly closed out on by John O'Neill. Two big D1 commits going at each other right now. Deep, two, short, rebound Kaukauna. What a matchup we got here between Jensen and O'Neill, and Xavier Mitchell and Stevie Clark. Foul here going to be on Oshkosh North. 22 the foul's on. That's Carter Strange. That'll be his first. 6th team foul for Oshkosh North. And to the line for the Galloping Ghost, that's Nathan Dupree. Senior guard. Misses the first. 74% on the free throw percentage last year. 42% from 3. Subs coming in. 3:08, 3-point ball game. Looking to cut it to 2. Here is Nathan Dupree. 6'3" guard hits it. Here comes Xavier Mitchell and the Oshkosh North Spartans. Down low, Mitchell working John O'Neill, fight for the ball. Shot up and good, Xavier Mitchell. That's a tough shot. It's good. 12 points for him here early on. The first half, late in the first half, I should say. Cross court, Van Kauenberg, 3-ball short. Jensen almost went over the back to get that rebound. No, here comes Oshkosh North. Deep 3, drive, fake. Oh, good pick. Oh, and a foul. Ooh. Fouls on number 4, Nathan Dupree. I was going to say it was a clean pickpocket. That's a second for Dupree. 4th team, 5th team it should be. Missing a foul somewhere. I just didn't mark it. That's what it was. Stevie Clark. I was going to say it was a good pickpocket by Van Kauenberg. Must have been a foul on the ground. Away from the ball. Lead stands 26-22. Stevie Clark dribbles top of the key. They're going to take their time, set up this offense. Coach Weber directing it from the sidelines, taking notes. Every good coach will do. Make adjustments at halftime. Pass, Wild, still kept in bounds though. Kick out far corner, back across to Stevie Clark. Clark drives right into John O'Neill. Kick out for a corner three, drive, baseline, contact, and they're going to call it travel. John O'Neill stayed straight up, no foul called. I am missing a foul on the Oshkosh North side. They have 16 fouls. Kaukauna has 5. Lead is 4 for the North Spartans. Jensen gets it downloaded. O'Neill, kick back to Jensen. No. Rebound O'Neill. He'll put it up and off the glass and good. And the lead to 2. Inside the 2-minute mark. What a game we have here on Zaleski Sports. Friday full of sports. I think there's 31 games between 46 different schools. Something like that is what we had this week. Some high class Wisconsin basketball and wrestling, and I think that's it. And some hockey. Can't forget about the hockey. Ooh, they're letting them play with a lot of physicality. Stevie Clark down low. They're going to call a jump ball. No, a travel on Clark. Second travel call in consecutive possessions for North. And 56 seconds here, down by 2. Here comes Kaukauna. All across to Jensen. Jensen over. Back to Aw. Down low, Jensen. Jensen to O'Neill. Rohrig, 3-ball. No, O'Neill mistimed his jump, and it's going to be out of bounds off O'Neill's hands. Just mistimed his jump. And ball will go back to Oshkosh North here. 35 seconds left, looking to extend their lead before halftime. Xavier Mitchell. By looks of it, no hurry. This might be the last possession of the half. John O'Neill standing at the top of the key. One possession, 10 seconds. Xavier Mitchell. Over to Stevie Clark, drive, shot up, turned away by John O'Neill. Can they get a shot off? Foul, no call. It's good! What a shot, Carson All, and they did get the foul. Carson All just ran into the locker room. I think he doesn't realize that he has a free throw coming. Totally does not know he has a free throw. What a shot, Carson All at the buzzer. Totally no idea. I was going to say that had to have been called. He got hit on the forearm as he shot. Hit the shot right at the K at midcourt. Coach Weber is not happy about it. Not sure what he's not happy about. But Carson ought to complete a 4-point play here, taking the lead and try to extend it to a 2-point lead going into half. Carson at the line, shot up, rims out, no good. A little bit too much hype, but the halftime score stands 27-26. What a first half, and we'll step aside for the halftime. You're watching Kaukauna boys basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobuson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobuson.com to apply.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Customize your next apparel order with Maida Custom Apparel of Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your idea into a reality with great quality screen printing. Or choose from a variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at maidacustom.com.
back here, hopefully, to have another great second half like we did first half. J-Town Justin Krzyzewski here at Kaukauna. Joel and Will up here producing a beautiful game once again. What a shot there by Carson Aw at the buzzer at halftime. He ended up hitting it, did not hit the free throw. There was a free throw that nobody really knew because it was kind of overseen. Leading scorers, 15 points for Xavier Mitchell, 7 points for Bruce Ott. Leading scorer for Kaukauna, 9 points, Carson Aw. What a first half. I'd like to say once again, these broadcasts are brought to you by the Kaukauna Boys Hoops Club, an organization supporting Kaukauna Boys basketball. The mission of Kaukauna the Boys Hoops Club is to prepare and develop select student athletes to play the game of basketball at a highly competitive level, thereby enhancing their opportunity to play at the middle school and high school levels, or even beyond that. If you're interested in helping sponsor home games broadcasts this season, contact Brian Rebke at kaubuckets@gmail.com or call 920-565-3563. Also, have to mention next Saturday there is a big time tournament going on here at Kaukauna, Baird Gustman Shootout, hosted by Kaukauna Boys Hoops Club. Action will start at 1:30. Freedom hosts Kewanee, followed by a 3 p.m. game pitching Little Shoot against Wausau West. 4:30 will be Kimberly and Sheboygan North, and 6 p.m. will be Wrightstown and Brillion. The game the day will conclude with a big-time matchup you can find on Zaleski Sports between the host team, Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts, and my alma mater, the Mosinee Indians. That'll be at 7:30. You can catch that game right here on Zaleski Sports. JV teams will be playing at the same times. In the auxiliary gym, 3-ball out of the gates, shot by Van Kellenberg, misses. Foul will be on John O'Neill. Accidental foul running over the player, not intentional. That'll be his second foul. First team. Kaukauna with the 1-point lead after a buzzer-beating 3-pointer by Carson Aw. Was fouled on that too. We have a good picture of that. Mike got a good picture at the court level. Passing out, Oshkosh North, hits it. That's number 10, Bruce Ott. I have Bruce. They say Bryce. We'll just call him Mr. Ott. Had an athletic director called Mr. Otti. Carson Aw, 3-ball from the corner, no. Rebound, Xavier Mitchell. Passes ahead, Stevie Clark down low. Can't get it. And that'll be Kaukauna ball, deflected out of bounds. 17 minutes left, a 28-27 Oshkosh North lead. Kaukauna with the ball down low. Jensen, hard to the rim, just finished short. Couldn't finish on that one. Coach Shallow, hands on head, like not sure what happened, but they're going to get a break here past Xavier Mitchell. Thought he was going to stay in the corner, but number 12, Anderson, decided to cut off the official's head. He's got a smile on his face. It looks like he's all right. Turnover. Kaukauna back with it. Carson Aw looks for another 3, passes down low, John O'Neill. He'll go reverse, try to go for a reverse slam, and that one's just a little short. And here comes Oshkosh North on transition, and it's good. That's Jackson Anderson. His first bucket of the game, the 4 score. 3 balls, just a little short. Everything right now for Kaukauna coming out just a little short. 2 layups short, and a fouling good. Xavier Mitchell. Foul's going to be on number 4, Nathan Dupree. That'll be his third. And that'll be his second team foul, third personal. Xavier Mitchell to shoot his 4th 3 throw. It's good. Excuse me. Third free throw. Down low, and Kaukauna just playing really slow out of the gates. Stevie Clark tries for the one-hand slam, misses it. It's a break if you're Kaukauna. 3-ball Jackson Anderson. No. Rebound Kaukauna, and Kaukauna down the other end, and there's the dunk! Told there's going to be a lot of that this year. John O'Neill slams it home. That time he wasn't left a little short. Saw Stevie Clark miss, said he'll take it himself and do it. Gonna see a lot of that this year, I have a feeling. Xavier Mitchell guarded by O'Neill. Two good basketball players going at it there. Stevie Clark. Dupree, good defense, shot missed, rebound Kaukauna. Van Kauenberg will push it ahead, Carson Awe. Carson looking. Down low, Jensen. Jensen across Van Kauenberg. Van Kauenberg to free. Down low, John O'Neill. Cross-court pass to Carson Awe on a short hop. And there's a foul. Foul's going to be on Anderson. That'll be his second. That'll be the first team for Oshkosh North. First team, Anderson will check out. Jennings will check in. 4-point lead for the Oshkosh North Spartans. John O'Neill, guarded by Xavier Mitchell, and a reverse layup good by John O'Neill. Xavier Mitchell handed off Stevie Clark. Travel violation on Xavier Mitchell. Two-point game now. Into the corner, that's Dupree. Dupree gets free, blocked by Xavier Mitchell. Had him right where he needed him. Stevie Clark, 3-ball, no. Rebound Kaukauna. Good tough rebound down low by Jensen. Dupree once again driving down low. Hit, foul, good. Basket's good by Dupree. Foul's on 10, that's Ott. His second. Dupree to the line. Dupree. Looking to take the lead with this free throw, and he will. 34-33, subs in. That'll be number 33, Owen Weber, sophomore. Out will check Ott. Stevie Clark brings it across, passes it off to Jennings. Oshkosh North patiently setting up their offense. Stevie Clark now on the Ghosts logo on the far side. Taking his time, looking. Dribbles to the near side now. Long setup for this offense for the Spartans. Good move, Mitchell down low, turned away by Jensen. And a foul called on Dupree. That'll be 4 on him. Senior guard now in foul trouble. Rohrig will check in for him. Little early to have 4 fouls, 13:29 left. Get Culligan Water for $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water at CulliganH2O.com for more. 3-ball Weber. Rebound Mitchell, tipped away. Jennings will have it. Stevie Clark. Van Kauenberg on him. Driving down low, loses the handle, bats it up. And here comes Kaukauna. Jensen across. Rohrig, 3-ball. No. Rebound off Stevie Clark's hands. And here he comes with it. 34-33. Stevie Clark down low. Hit the basket and the foul. 25 the foul is on. That's Van Kallenberg, second for him, third team. Stevie Clark good with the basket, looking for a free throw here to extend the lead to 2. Hits it. Stevie Clark will now check in. Ott will check in for him. Lead now 2, 36-34, 12:52 and counting here in the second half. Great basketball action to start the season here on Zaleski Sports. Losing the handle, a turnover. And Kallenberg pass ahead, Xavier Mitchell, and it's good off the glass. He's got 20 now. 8 points already here in the second half. Oh, and a miss play here. Carson Ott tried to get it down low to John O'Neill, and a turnover. You see a little bit of talk between the players. Looks like a little frustration between them. Zay Mitchell. Big junior guard. Deep 2, good. That's number 20, Max Rohr. His first basket. Rohrig fakes the 3, kicks out Van Kallenberg over to Carson. Oh, 3-ball. No, rebound tipped, and they're going to say off Kaukauna last. I thought the same thing. I thought I was going to be staying with Kaukauna. Stevie Clark will check in for Zay Mitchell. Student section believes me too. No coaches' challenges here in the WIAA. Stevie Clark, he's guarded by Van Kallenberg. He'll pass it over to Jennings. Back to Clark, deep 2, off the glass, no, tipped around, and Kaukauna with the ball. They're trailing by 6 here, down 40-34. Carson Awe to Van Kallenberg. Kallenberg back to Awe. Down low, John O'Neill. Back out to Carson Awe. Dribbles, shot, 3-ball, rims out. John O'Neill gets it up off the glass, and there's a foul. Foul's on 33, Owen Weber. His second team, third team. John O'Neill to shoot. A little short on the first. Was 1 of 2 on a previous trip to the free throw line, and looks like he must have blood on his jersey. Almost took off his jersey. Can't do that. Gonna have to get that taken care of. This is a perfect time to talk about one of our sponsors, like Stop Construction. Stop Construction is a premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Stop Construction is partnering with private and public customers since 1984. Stop Construction has its own service and fabrication department to assist with any municipal and industrial situation. Stop Construction, a 100% employee-owned company. John O'Neill will have to check out to get that taken care of. To shoot now, the free throw will be Nathan Dupree. He has the 4 fouls. Can't imagine John O'Neill's going to be out of the game long. They're not going to want to leave Dupree out there with 4 fouls. Dupree hits. Timeout, Kaukauna will step aside. 40-35 your score. You're watching Kaukauna Boys Basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Customize your next apparel order with Maida Custom Apparel of Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your idea into a reality with great quality screen printing. Or choose from a variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at maidacustom.com.
back here in Kaukauna. 35-40 the score, 11:22 left. Timeout taken by Kaukauna, 30-second variety. Trailing the Oshkosh North Spartans. This is a great game. It's everything you kind of expected. You almost expected a little bit more, though. Both teams playing like it's their first game. A little sloppy, more sloppy than I'm sure both head coaches would like. Kaukauna on defense. Van Kallenberg over there on Ott. Down low, Stevie Clark. He's got John O'Neill on him. Fadeaway shot, no good. Rebound tipped. Fought for all the way to the near sides, and it's an over and back. Good effort there by number 20, Max Rohr, to take that over and back instead of letting a free shot attempt for Kaukauna. Andrew Jensen to inbound. Carson on the backcourt. Now you're starting to see the coaches do their talk. Strategy. 11 minutes left. Kaukauna Dupre leading team with 4 fouls. Not in good situation for him. There's a foul on Ott. That'll be his third. Team fourth. He's the leading foul getter for Oshkosh North, the sophomore 6'6". Third foul. Rohrig in for Dupre. Down low, Jensen. Jensen kicks it back out to Carson Awe. Carson drives, kicks out. Van Kallenberg, 3-ball, no. Long rebound, Rohrig. And they're going to say it was off Kaukauna. That was close. Hard to tell. 5-point game, 40-35 the score. Xavier Mitchell, hard to the hoop and good. Filling up the score sheet here. It's 22nd point of the evening. Kaukauna now trailing by 7. Andrew Jensen kicks out Rohrig. 3-ball, hits the bottom of the net, good. Jonah Rohrig, the sophomore, hits that one. And Kaukauna cuts into that lead, 38-42. Stevie Clark driving baseline, shot up, foul, hits the basket, good. Foul will be on John O'Neill, that'll be his third. Stevie Clark to the line. Misses the shot. His point total will stay at 7. Kaukauna right now struggling to find points. Talking at the break, Oshkosh North doesn't have a lot of scores, but they got scores. Rohrig, another 3, no. John O'Neill, a lot of contact down low, and he'll get fouled on his shot attempt, and he'll go back to the line. Fouls on number 10, Ott. Full timeout, Oshkosh North will step aside. You're watching Kaukauna Boys Basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Cobison Buses, now hiring.
My name's Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wietrich family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Back here, coming out of the full timeout. 38-44, Oshkosh North continuing to stay ahead of the Kaukauna Galloping Ghost. We said it. I mean, we knew Zay Mitchell and Stevie Clark, they're phenomenal players. Only 5 scores for the Oshkosh North Spartans. 22 of those points coming off Xavier Mitchell, Stevie Clark with 9. It's been tough for Kaukauna to get points, though. Leading scorer for them, I think, only has 9 points, and that's all. John O'Neill shooting 2. Hits the first. And a little rocky start for John O'Neill at the line, only hitting 1 of 4. Hitting his second there. This one's a little short. Rebound, Xavier Mitchell. Stevie Clark with the ball. He'll head up point. 39-44 game with 9 minutes left in the second half. He'll pick up his dribble, hand it off to Xavier Mitchell. Mitchell over to number 22, Strange. Little confusion on the offense here. Reset, Xavier Mitchell with it. No rush for this Spartan team. Mitchell, 3-ball, hits it. That's his 4th 3 of the game, extending that lead out to an 8-point lead. Kaukauna's going to have to try to close the gap here like they did in the second half of the first half. And another error on offense. Carson Awe threw it between Jensen and O'Neill in another unforced turnover. A lot of sloppy play here by Kaukauna. They're giving Oshkosh North plenty of chances. Stevie Clark, Van Kallenberg on him. Over to Zay Mitchell. He's guarded by Jensen right now. Down low, Clark fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. That might be on O'Neill, and that might be 4. And it is on O'Neill. That will be his 4th. Foul trouble starting to show up here for Kaukauna. 6th team foul. 2 players now with 4 fouls. First one good by Stevie Clark. 10th point of the evening for Mr. Clark. O'Neill will check out. Dupre will check in for him. Second one good by Clark. The lead expands to double digits. 39-49 the score. Rorik downloaded Jensen. Jensen across. Deflected. That's going to go into the backcourt. Kaukauna now going to try to bring it across, and they're going to call a carry. Or is that I think that's a backcourt. Not sure on my basketball terminology. One official called a deflection. And I believe they're going to go with it, and it's going to be Oshkosh North ball. Coach Shallow shook his head in disgust at the explanation. A lot of frustration on this Kaukauna team right now. Stevie Clark dribbles to the right, picked up by Andrew Jensen. Van Kallenberg and Mitchell going at it, and they're going to call a foul on Van Kallenberg. 3rd for him. 7th team foul for Kaukauna. Be a 1-and-1 now for Xavier Mitchell. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good. The junior 6'6" guard/forward for the North Spartans hits the second. Kaukauna looking for some offense here. Down low, Jensen, good on the lay-in. His 6th point of the evening. Feel like he haven't said his name a lot in the second half. Stevie Clark, good handles down low, finds Weber in and off the glass, and good. That's the sophomore's first basket. The lead expands again to 12. Kaukauna inside the 7-minute mark, gonna have to hurry it up here. Carson Awe fakes the 3, dribbles to the corner, back out to Van Kauenberg, back out to Awe. Carson Awe drives through traffic, kicks all the way out. Dupre, 3-ball, hits it. Big 3-ball by Nathan Dupre. Back down to single digits now, a 9-point lead for North. Jensen beat by Stevie Clark and a foul, and Clark hits the basket. Clark starting to heat up. Fouls on Jensen. Hits his first. 8th team foul for Kaukauna. Stevie Clark to look to complete the 3-point play. Good. Kaukauna student section saying, let's play football. Still early, can't give up on this one yet. Still 6:11 left. Just got to start hitting some baskets. Roerig, 3-ball. No, rebound, Zay Mitchell. Mitchell ahead, shot up and good. That's number 10, Bruce Ott. He's filling up the stat sheet. That's his 11th point of the night. He's doing it with 4 fouls right now. Van Kauenberg, Roerig, around they go. Dupree, dribble, he's cut off. Picks up his dribbles, trying to find somebody. Little miscommunication once again by Kaukauna. They are just struggling on offense right now with little things. Turnover, Stevie Clark, 3-ball fake, shot up, turned away by Andrew Jensen. That's a big strongman block. Corner, 3-ball, Van Kauenberg hits the bottom of the net, good. His 3rd 3-pointer. The lead back to 11, 5 minutes left. Oshkosh North says, let's take the foot off the gas here, take it slow. A turnover, Jensen steals it. Jensen behind the back, off the glass, good! Andrew Jensen. There's a fancy move by the junior making a play. Sophomore, excuse me. Timeout, Oshkosh North. Full timeout, we'll step aside. You're watching Kaukauna Boys basketball on Zaleski Sports.
I know that I can handle schooling my children because RVA provides the tools that I need. The RVA has adjusted curriculum by placing children right where their learning is. That's the #1 goal, is to make sure that your children are learning, and so you don't move on if they haven't grasped the concept. You stop, pause, and you make sure that you grasp that before you move on. The RVA will work with your child's needs and will provide the support and the attention that your child not only needs but deserves.
Back here in Kaukauna, 49-58, a 9-point lead for the Oshkosh North Spartans. Rural Mutual Academy is an online tuition-free public school serving students pre-K through the high school level right here in Wisconsin. The RVA strives to offer families the tools and resources needed to provide a strong academic foundation for each child with the flexibility to learn on their own schedule and at their own pace, and even hosts hundreds of free events across the state to foster friendships among students. For more information, visit ruralmutual.org for more information. timeout taken by Oshkosh North. I think more so just kind of, hey, we are in control. Let's settle this down and get back into it. Steal there by Andrew Jensen. That was a beautiful move around the back, off the glass, and good. But they still need to stop Stevie Clark and Zay Mitchell. Both of those guys have picked it up here in the second half. Second leading scorer, and there's a steal. Just like that, we talked about it. They need something. Carson off, 3-ball. Can't hit it. Rebound. John O'Neill. That's a big time rebound. And it's going to be thrown, though, into the back cart for an over and back. It's big man rebound by John O'Neill, but double overhand pass. It just put a little too much juice on it. It went all the way into the backcourt. The defense, though, for Kaukauna, getting that steal. You got to pick it up on defense. Down low, Zay Mitchell hits the basket. Big time game for Zay Mitchell. 29 points for him. John O'Neill down low to Jensen. Loose ball. Fight for it. Zay Mitchell come away with it. To Clark. Tried for a lob. Can't get it. Here comes Kaukauna. They're going to have a chance here at a wide open basket. Jensen slams it home. That was a big time slam by Andrew Jensen. He's having himself starting to pick it up here in the second half. The lead, though, still 9 with 3 minutes. A full court pressure here for Kaukauna. Down low, turnover again. The defense for Kaukauna, that's 3 straight turnovers. Down low to Prey. He'll dribble it around. Van Kallenberg 3-ball. He hits the bottom of the net. This is a run for Kaukauna. And just like that, the lead to 6. The defense for Kaukauna getting hot. Zay Mitchell, though, breaks the double team. A 4th straight turnover for Kaukauna. Van Kallenberg, heat check, 3-ball. Hits the bottom of the net again. And time out. And the gym is coming to life. A 3-point game, 30-second timeout, Oshkosh North. I'll stay here. We'll stay here. The defense forcing four straight turnovers. They're starting to hit their shots now when they need to. And what was a 9-point game with just inside 4 minutes is now a 3-point game with just inside the 3-minute mark at 2:59. This is the defense providing a lot of gifts for that Kaukauna offense. And you know where you can get your good gifts for all your kids out there? Fleet Farm's Toyland. Toyland is now open at Fleet Farm with their price match plus guarantee. If you find a lower toy price, they'll beat it by 5%. And you'll get the best prices at a huge selection of toys at Fleet Farm. There's the turnaround you were looking for if you're Kaukauna. The defense really stepping up here. 4 straight turnovers, and they're hitting their shots. Van Kallenberg back-to-back 3-balls. A big-time slam by Andrew Jensen. That was also following his around-the-back, off-the-glass lay-in. And it's right back to a 3-point game with 3 minutes left. A lot of basketball to be had here, though, folks. And Stevie Clark and Zay Mitchell, they lead that Oshkosh North team. And they can control the game. Full court trap here, or half court trap. Oh, North will beat out of it. Kaukauna changing up their defense. Stevie Clark holding the ball. He's got Dupree on him. He's got 4 fouls. Got to be careful. Good defense by Kaukauna. Oshkosh North, though, isn't afraid to hold on to that ball. 2:25. Stevie Clark now with it. And Dupree over there passing to the corner to Anderson. Jackson Anderson. They're trying to get it to Mitchell. Can't. And back out to Mitchell now has it. Taking their time inside the 2-minute mark. And now Kaukauna putting the pressure on. Oshkosh North, though, no pressure, or they feel no pressure right now. This is where basketball gets long. Holding the ball, taking their time. eventually going to have to force Kaukauna the foul. You got Dupree and O'Neill with 4 fouls, and there's a foul. I believe they're going to call it on Carson Awe. And yes, they will. That's his second. 9th team, though. Next one will be a double-double. Right now it's a 1-and-1, not a double-double. What's the word? Double bonus. Stevie Clark at the line. Good on the first. Stevie Clark, big second half here. His point total is at 15, I believe. 15 or 14. Coach Weber not happy. They have a bunch of young ghosts standing behind the basket they're shooting at now. They're all ran out behind the backboard. Second one good by Clark. Weber was not happy about that. Down low. Cross. Carson off. 3-ball. Hits the bottom of the net once again. The offense staying hot. It's a 2-point game. What a way to start our Kaukauna basketball season on Zaleski Sports. Minute 11 left. Carson Awe pokes it. They're going to call a foul on him. It's Awe. That'll be his third. 10th team. Double bonus time for Oshkosh North. And they got Stevie Clark out there. He's hit 6 free throws already. First one, good by Clark. Second one by Clark, up and good. Good free throw shooter. 8 free throws hit there. Back to a 4-point lead, a minute 5 left. Van Kauenberg with the ball. John O'Neill, they're trying to get a 3-ball. Trying to get it down low now to O'Neill. Dupree drives off the glass. No, O'Neill's there, and there's a foul. O'Neill was undercut, not with any intent by Anderson. Third for Anderson. They're going to put John O'Neill on the line. And Anderson's pleading his case like, I didn't mean for that to happen. O'Neill's first, off. Lead stands at 4, inside a minute. Stick around after the game. We'll have an interview with winning coach and player of the game on the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Second one good by O'Neill. 3-point game. Kaukauna full court pressure here. Trying to get it across half court. And they will get the timeout. That was about as long as you could go. We'll step aside here. You're watching Kaukauna Boys Basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Getting to the nitty-gritty of it. 41.9 seconds left, a 3-point game. Oshkosh North waited the full time they could before they called that timeout. It was close. Getting the timeout. Kaukauna's defense has been the story of this last 5 minutes of this game. At one point forcing 4 straight turnovers. That led to 10 consecutive points to bring themselves right back in it, but they are still down by 3. They were trailing by 9 at one point. And this is how you want to kick off Fox Valley Association basketball on Zaleski Sports. Two of the top teams in Division I going head-to-head, and they will see each other again. Trapped here in the corner. They're going to call a foul on Kaukauna. Foul will be on 25, Van Kaulenberg. That'll be his fourth. That'll put Jackson Anderson, a sophomore, on the line. Listed at 5'11". Sophomore shot up and off the back iron, no good. It's a big shot for a sophomore, and he misses the first. Still has a big one here. You really would like to hit this one. Misses it. Here's Kaukauna's chance. 30 seconds. They got to go. Carson-All will bring it across. Van Kaulenberg, 3-ball. No. Rebound. Oshkosh North, and John O'Neill fouled. He didn't think he wanted to initially, and he will foul out. That's tough. I don't think he was trying to foul at all. The official just expected the foul, and John O'Neill's night will end for Kaukauna. 11 points for the senior forward. And we'll have Stevie Clark at the line. He's been the closer for Oshkosh North here this evening. 18 points. 10 points here in the second half. 2 big free throws here, and he's been good as gold. Hits another. Second one, good. 20 points for Clark. Needing points here. Kaukauna taking a lot of time. 10 seconds. Desperation three by, and he hits it. Timeout Kaukauna. Needed that a little sooner. Only 5 seconds left. It's still a 2-point game. We'll stay here. Full timeout. Once again, like to mention that this game brought to you by our friends at Kaukauna Boys Hoops Club. They sponsor all the home broadcasts. We're only doing home broadcasts. If you're interested in sponsoring a home game, contact Brian Rebke at kaubuckets@gmail.com or text him at 920-565-3563. You can call him at that number too. Our next broadcast of Kaukauna's boys basketball will be at the Baird Gustman Shootout. That'll be right here in Kaukauna. A lot of games, a lot of good games. 1:30, Freedom and Kewanee. 3 p.m., Little Chute and Wausau West. 4:30 will be the Kimberly Papermakers taking on the Sheboygan North team. I don't know if my cousin will be on that, but he is a Sheboygan North player. At 6 p.m., Wrightstown will be facing on Brillion. And in the main event will be Kaukauna versus my alma mater, Mosinee. I got to pick a side, and I'm going to stay neutral. That'll be at 7:30. You can watch all the games, or not all the games. You can watch the Kaukauna-Mosinee game on Zaleski Sports. Come on down to the gym. It's going to have a busy Saturday next week. That is the Baird Gustman Shootout. I will be impartial. I'll do my best to be impartial. In gets the inbound to Zay Mitchell, fouled immediately. 1 second off the clock. Foul is on number 13, Jonah Ririg. This is first. Second. Zay Mitchell. If he can hit 2, he'll put the finishing touches on this one. Junior hits the first. Now the argument is to be had, does he miss this and force the time to start, or do you hit it? Well, no, there's no real argument here. Hit it, finish it. Right now, 3-point game, 4.8. Zay Mitchell misses it. Rebound Kaukauna. Van Kaulenberg, timeout Kaukauna. And they're going to put more time on. Van Kallenberg was driving, looking for another buzzer beater. See how much time they put on the clock. It's a full timeout. Can't ask for a better way to start off the season. One of these teams had to lose. That's the unfortunate thing. There's no ties. In basketball, number 4 seeded and the number 3 team in the state going at it here, and they'll have 2.9 seconds. See if they put any more time up. Kind of doesn't look like they are. No, they will. They'll put on clock up to 3.1. Who's your best three-point shooter right now? Coach Shallow. Drawing up the play. Coach Weber drawing up the defense. I don't know if my heart can take another buzzer beater, folks. Buzzer beater to start the first half, or end the first half. Kaukauna hoping for one right now here to end the game. 3.1, Carson Audit inbound. And Kaukauna's going to take another timeout. Setting up the defense, it's a classic football move. Run your formation out there, get another timeout called. 30 seconds this time. They had Carson Ott inbounding on that initial formation. He hit that three-pointer at the end of the first half. We'll see if they try to get him the ball. Van Kallenberg has been hot. Andrew Jensen also has been hot, but not really a big three-point guy, I can't imagine. Carson Ott to continue the inbound. Andrew Jensen's going to baseline, or into the paint area. Van Kallenberg, Dupree, and Rohrig right at center court. Here we go. Van Kallenberg, they got to go. Shot up, and that's not enough. Little discombobulation on that play, and the game will end 67-64. What a game. We'll step aside for the Nasonville Dairy commercial, go out to the court and get an interview with Coach Weber and a player on the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. You've been watching Kaukauna Boys Basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafetieri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
On the court for the Nasonville Dairy post-game show, waiting for Coach Weber and Stevie Clark, the player of the game. What a game, 67-64, coming right down to the buzzer for the second time in both halves. As coming out here, Coach Weber. What a game to start our broadcast season here on Zaleski Sports. Start with Coach Weber. Coach, what a way to start the season. Coming into this one, we knew both teams top of the conference. You guys are both top-seeded team or top-ranked teams in the state. How do you get your kids focused in on coming into week one, ready to go?
Yeah, I don't think that's ever a problem, especially when you're facing a number 3 team in state. Kaukauna, obviously a really good team, picked to win our conference. You know, the FVA, you never have to get up, or if you do, you aren't going to be real successful.
Okay, and then going into that, do you guys use that as a little bit of motivation, being that they were picked to win, you guys right behind them? You guys use that as a little bulletin board material, as they say?
Yeah, you know, truth of the matter is no, because we respect what Kaukauna is. I mean, 2 6'10" kids, ton of talent. Like, it's deservingly so that they were picked to do that. I think, you know, our whole mantra has been, we just got to be us and get better at being us. And, you know, turns out if you make too big a deal today, you're going to get beat next week in the FVA. So we don't really get too worked up about it. Obviously, it feels special to win, but any win in the FVA is pretty darn hard.
And then we'll go into this, coming in that end of the first half, I mean, a great shot by Mr. Aw to hit that buzzer beater, plus the foul, didn't get the free throw. But then we'll talk with Mr. Clark later. Free throws. He was the closer coming down to this, hitting those clutch free throws at the end. I mean, everybody practices free throws at the end of practices, but what do you tell your kids when it comes down to those big situations to hit free throws?
Yeah, we just tell them to breathe, relax. Again, you know, if we're going to just preach on let's be the best version of us, like they put the time in. You know, and big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments, and that's what we've got. We got big-time players who made big-time plays in big-time moments in both halves, and so did Kaukauna. We just made maybe probably 1 or 2 more than they did.
Absolutely. Coach, congratulations on the first one. Good luck down the road. We'll bring in Mr. Stevie Clark. We called you the closer on the broadcast. Talking with Coach, hitting those free throws. Everybody practices free throws, but you just didn't seem to miss a free throw. What do you go into that process when you go up to the line?
I don't know. Well, when you have all those kids on the baseline screaming at me, you know, it's a little hard to focus. But you know, we have a mantra that we work on in meetings and stuff. So I just said that to myself, and then I didn't hear those kids screaming at all, and then just knocked them down. So yeah.
And then going into this one, I was talking with Coach. You got to respect Kaukauna, the big-time team. You guys were picked to finish behind them. I mean, seated or ranked one spot right behind them to start out the season. Coach says, you know, you got to stay focused for every matchup in the Fox Valley. Yeah. But did you guys use that as a little bit of bulletin board material?
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's I like always being behind somebody, you know, because it just gives us an extra chip on our shoulder, you know, extra thing to take at them, you know. And tonight, you know, we did that on the court, just getting up big in the first part of the first half, but then they made their run and we made ours, and then we just closed it out. So yeah.
Okay, and we'll talk about this. Obviously, game one, you know, long season ahead of us. I mean, there's tournaments, there's all this and that as the season goes along. But going into preseason, now going into week one, how does that change your guys' focus, if at all?
It doesn't really change us at all. You know, we had 3-4 straight weeks of just practice and not much live stuff, you know, which it's a little hard, but at the same time, it's pretty good to get that stuff in. And, you know, now we just turn around next week, we'll have these 2 days off, and then get ready for at Oshkosh West. Will be fun. So, yeah.
There you go. And finally, we'll have you take the mic. You look up in the camera where he's waving. Introduce yourself and say, "I'm in the house."
Okay. I'm Stevie Clark, and I'm in the house.
Congratulations on the big win. Good luck down the road. That'll wrap it up here for us on Zaleski Sports. Like we said, next week, the Baird Gustman shootout will have Kaukauna versus Mosinee right here on Zaleski Sports. For Joel and Will up in the rafters up there, this is J-Town Justin Krzyzewski signing out.